Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Ball here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today, as I have found the perfect video to symbolize exactly the relationship between XRP ledger developers and the common user. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we're reaching a pivotal turning point in our ecosystem. And it's about to be a special time to be alive for the XRP army. The slow and steady climb that we've been witnessing over the past couple weeks in regards to the XRP chart will turn into an XRP God candle, the one we've been waiting for a long time. And that will be the generational wealth-making green candle of a lifetime. A lot of you may not know this, but when XRP explodes, it happens all at once, within 1 to 2 weeks, and then it's over. And if you're not in before that explosion happens, you can get fucked. Oh, the bull is feeling spicy today, my friends. And that's because I have an arrogant level of sugar, spice, and everything nice for all of you today. You see, we've been waiting for far too long. We're seasoned vets in the crypto market at this point. But one thing I have to tell every single one of you is that there will be a retreat into XRP as an asset and crypto as an asset class for a safety net like nothing you've ever seen before. Let's put things into perspective, my friends. I've just been traveling overseas for the past week plus, and I've been able to carry an abundance of crypto on my ledger, as if it were Jamaican beef jerky with no wagwan sauce on the side, across borders without a second glance from TSA. Try doing that with $10,000 in cash. Try doing that with just one gold bar. You can't do that, huh? Hell, I can hardly get escargots in Paris without Chase throwing a fit and wanting to send me text messages like a jealous girlfriend. Now imagine, as your banks clamp down, won't allow you to buy crypto, as banks start failing and having bail-ins. Imagine a financial cyber attack on whatever system. Ladies and gentlemen, crypto has never been a get-rich-quick scheme for me. It's always been a financial sovereignty play, and the window for doing this is closing fast. And I believe here, Gregory Mannarino, on this Black Swan Capitalist show, said it best, and I want you all to take a listen. There's no doubt this financial crisis is around the corner, and it will begin in the debt market.
Let's focus on the debt market. Let's see where this is going. That's why I came up with the little MMRI thing. I think it's a little ingenious thing. It lets us understand risk in the market
indeed.
based on the credit. And we're going to see this thing. We're going to see this thing at one point, really, sell off. The debt market is going to sell off in a massive way. We're going to see rates spike in an uncontrolled fashion. It's going to be at a time of their choosing, quite obviously. And then that is going to, when the debt market sells off, it's going to put pressure on the stock markets around the world. Cash is going to bleed out of these things like people have no idea. And it's going to make its way into commodities, in my view, and also into cryptocurrencies, I think so. Let's focus.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, that's very, very interesting right there, isn't it? I've been warning every single one of you about the very real possibility and potential that this time the stock market and crypto market might depeg. Historically, crypto has followed the stock market. However, I have been bringing up the very real possibility of crypto moving away and deviating from stocks. And here Gregory Mannarino warns of the very, very real potential of money coming out of the stock market and going to commodities and crypto. And man, wouldn't that be a powerful sidestep for the elites to pull. Ladies and gentlemen, their game is trickery, deception, and illusions. And I wouldn't be surprised if that comes into play. Now, for the rest of this video, you have to realize that Ripple is making strides everywhere. Ripple has made some of the biggest moves, planted the biggest seeds over the past 5 years. An Uphold CEO who recently partnered with Ripple, Simon McLaughlin, stated that as regulatory clarity is coming to places like Europe, the UK, Singapore, Dubai, Ripple is already ready. Ripple has made its home around the planet for XRP adoption everywhere. And finally, America's been given the green light, and they will take over.
As regulation is now finally becoming clearer in the UK, in Europe in particular, in places like Singapore and Dubai, as the regs become clearer, you're going to get greater enterprise adoption. You're also going to get greater adoption from the traditional finance world. So we've now been approached by several banks who are interested in white labeling our service. Again, they don't want our wallet. They don't want their customers have to go through KYC twice, but they do want to plug in and access certain of our core services.
And here, Ripple President Monica Long also adds to the importance of how big all of Ripple's diversity is. The Middle East, Asia Pacific, Latin America, US, Europe, EU through Dublin is being conquered thoroughly. And you tell me, after listening to both of these individuals, that you don't think XRP is poised for a global takeover.
Regulations tailored to crypto companies, is that where you're looking to put more of your operations going forward?
Absolutely. So our large hub offices, of course, we have a presence in the US, but our presence in London has grown significantly over the years. That office has more than doubled in size, and we have a pretty large footprint in terms of our customer base throughout Europe and the Middle East. Dubai is another key office for us, as well as Singapore. So we've seen a lot of growth through Europe, Middle East, Asia Pacific, and Latin America has been a region that has certainly been heating up for us. We have a key office there in Sao Paulo.
Now, guys, as you get this confirmation that Ripple is going towards this global takeover, we need to remember that November, Christine Lagarde discussed the digital euro launching for its trials. We have to remember the ISO updates that are taking place, the SWIFT updates taking place, the FedNow updates taking place, and in addition, London is ready with a UK retail central bank digital currency, the digital sterling, coming, as the House of Lords have been speaking and saying it's not a matter of if, but a matter of when.
As you know from your program, 89 countries around the world are now actively considering this development. The House of Lords Economic Affairs Committee produced a report, which I have here, Central Bank Digital Currencies, a Solution in Search of a Problem. I won't go through the report, but I would just say that one of the conclusions from this report is that the UK is not yet at a position where we feel there's a convincing case why the retail CBDC should be launched, but they've introduced a task force which is basically working on the whole process, learning lessons from other jurisdictions around the world as to what we need to advance this. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So
it's not a matter of if, it's only a matter of when. And ladies and gentlemen, what you all need to realize is the fact that right now, this November, we are only beginning to see the ramping up of XRP's price, of Bitcoin's price on this ETF speculation, and some updates made to the infrastructure of this financial system. But in reality, the very real big burst of a bull run will come this April 2024. But in the meantime, We need to understand that this is not going to be a utility bull run because there is little to no utility in the market right now. It is still speculation for the most part, and that cannot be ignored. That is why profit taking needs to take place. But we also need to understand that the environment is being paved with regulation to make it conducive to success for future adoption. Remember yesterday, I posted that November 6th to the 9th, Augustin Carstens and the BIS will be at DC FinTech Week, and Brad Garlinghouse as well as Gary Gensler will be talking on stage. But what I really want to point out to all of you is this. In a recent video, I had told every single one of you that Gary Gensler has lost any and all credibility. But I don't think a lot of you believed me. Some people think I'm speaking out of my ass. But here, we have Republican French Hill discussing how Gary Gensler has in fact lost credibility and respect on both sides of the aisle. Oh, Gary. Are you there, Gary? We got you in a vice grip, Gary. It's not just crypto, but it's US politicians who are all corrupt as well, saying Gary is the most corrupt they've ever seen. This essentially is a testimony from criminals saying, hey, you know, Gary, you kind of going a little too far, buddy. Like, at least we try to hide our shit. And you know, my friends, the more this goes on, the more the XRP army gets vindicated. We're well on our way to becoming the new 1%. And not only that, we will become absolute revolutionaries. History books will be written about all of us in this moment in time. And I can't wait to join the other side with all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
Saw Mr. Hill, who is also the chair of the Subcommittee on Digital Assets, for 5 minutes.
I thank Chair Wagner. Thank you and Chairman McHenry for your dedication to liquid capital markets that are orderly and investor protection and capital formation, and for bringing this panel to us to talk about the impact of the SEC's regulatory agenda on those goals. And from looking and listening today, I think the SEC under Chairman Gensler has lost credibility with a lot of market participants, issuers, investors, because of what Ms. Blass talked about, 61 rules dumped out on the market, ivory tower ideas without any analytic or statutory framework to support them. He's lost respect here on Capitol Hill on both sides of the aisle due to his flagrant just ignoring the statutory obligation of cost-benefit analysis that actually stands up to a cost-benefit analysis, and his flagrant shortening of comment periods, which time and time again, the members of this committee on both sides of the aisle have had to write and extend. And finally, having lost in the court of public opinion, now the chairman is losing in where it really hits his resume. He's losing in the federal court's opinion. Being accused of the commission of being arbitrary and capricious is not something I would want on my resume were I a staff lawyer at the SEC. And so I'd like to enter in the record today's Wall Street Journal editorial, Gary Gensler loses again. Thank you.